go. Pretty awesome. Next question. Wow, history. Cumulative frequency. One of the best questions that the GCSE paper can ask. So we're just quickly gonna understand. So you have a table that shows information about the money spent on a holiday by each of 120 families. Write down the model class. The model class is a class with the highest frequency, right? So what can you see as the highest frequency here is 36, right? So you have 100 less than m 200. Cumulative frequency, you just add up the frequencies together. Yeah, it should be fair enough, easy. So you add up the frequencies from here, okay? So based on that, hopefully you should be knowing what cumulative frequency is. So we start with 10 plus 36, so that should be about 46. 46 plus 34, which we're adding here, should be 80. 80 plus 20 should be 100. 100 plus 15 should be 115. 115 plus 5 should be 120. Okay, pretty easy, you can solve it easily. So now on the grid, draw a cumulative frequency graph for your table. So on your grid, we have to find out the cumulative frequency. So we will use these values as the x values and the cumulative frequency as y values. So let's start with 10 and 100. So 10 and 100. So on the cumulative frequency, you have 10. So how are we going to find out? We have 20 divided by 10 squares. That is about 2 per block. Okay, so we have 10. That should be approximately here 10, 100. So just creating there. Actually, you have to calculate it accurately. So we have 46 and 200. So where do you think 46 might be? And at the 200 scale, so it should be approximately 46 should reach here. There you go. Next point, 80, 300 comma 80, right? So 300 is on the x-axis and you have 80 on the y-axis. Pretty simple, clear and crisp. And then you have 400 comma 100. So you have 400 comma 100, that should be found also easily. Then you have 500 comma 115, that should be also pretty easy to find. 500, 115 should be 2 squares below that. There you go. There, no, it's somewhere in between that point here. So you just plot it accurately. 600 and 120. Remember this, 120. There you go. So now what I would like you to draw is a smooth line curve. Do not draw like this. Do not draw by connecting them. That is totally wrong. Do not do that. What you need to do is draw a smooth curve. For some reason this curve isn't that smooth, but you get the idea. So you draw a smooth curve. There you go. Now use a graph to find out an estimate for the interquartile range. So what you need to know is that the interquartile range is Q3 minus Q1. So what is Q3 is that it just represents the upper quartile. Q1 represents the lower quartile. To find out Q3, what you do is 3/4 of the highest cumulative frequency, 120, that should be 90, right? And find out where 90 is on the graph. 90 should be here. Based on that, you make an assumption of finding out what your money spent is, and your money spent should be 350. It should be coming approximately in middle. It should be coming in middle, so it should be getting 350 there. So yeah, euros 350. You have to find out the estimate, right? To find Q1 is quarter of 120. So you have 30 on the cumulative frequency graph, and it should be approximately 170 from euros, right? So now what I need you to do is to subtract the euros, and to give you you have to subtract 350 minus 170. That should be giving you euros 180. Okay, so euros 180, very important. Use a graph to find an estimate for the number of families that spend more than euros 450 on a holiday. So what you need to do is to find out the number of families that spend more than 450 euros. You go 450, you go up the graph, use your graph, okay, and you would be getting approximately 108 technically, but you know, you get the idea of 108 being an assumption, okay? So it should be an assumption of 108. So you have 108, and once you find that cumulative frequency, you just subtract 120 total cumulative frequency subtracted by 108, which you found. So 120 minus 108 should give you 12. So 12 for 2 marks. There you go, straight. So the subtraction carries marks. Okay, next question.